They got me feeling like I'm academics. Can't
Y'all gotta see this. Y'all gotta see this. Yeah. Look.
Well, it's been 1 week since the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs on federal charges, and living behind bars is the exact opposite of what he has been used to. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is a place that's been described as hell on earth. Fox 5's Lisa Evers is at MDC right now with more on this. Lisa, what's the update?
Well, Bianca, we're here at the Metropolitan Detention Center, the MDC. It's a federal jail that houses criminal kingpins and killers who are awaiting the resolution of their cases. Now, for the first time in his life, accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs spent the weekend here behind bars in solitary confinement and on suicide watch. MDC is a tough place, so rough you can hear detainees shouting even on the streets. There are constant lockdowns due to violent outbreaks, but former detainees I spoke with tell me that the experience here for Diddy will be different. Like other first-time celebrity defendants, he's reportedly under suicide watch, basically naked except for hospital paper, throwaway clothing, and rubber shower shoes. He's under 24 hours.
That's the alarming part. Shout out to Lisa Evers. She says that Diddy, who's on suicide watch, has paper clothing. Damn, no more mink coats? No more bum on? Damn. What?
Suicide watch, basically naked except for hospital paper, throwaway clothing, and rubber shower shoes. He's under 24-hour watch and kept separate from all other inmates. He has a bed with a blanket and no pillow. There are no...
A bed with a blanket but no pillow? That's crazy. Wow. Bed, blanket, no pillow. Probably the thinnest mattress in history.
And rubber shower shoes. He's under 24-hour watch and kept separate from all other inmates. He has a bed with a blanket and no pillow. There are no electronic devices, but if he's lucky, he'll have the use of a radio for a short time. After being denied bail twice by 2 federal judges, he's expected to stay here until his trial, and this could limit his ability to prepare his defense. Many criminal defense attorneys say he's fighting a mountain of evidence and tough prosecution from the government's all-female team. I spoke with federal trial attorney Philip Hamilton, and he tells me when a defendant is behind bars at MDC, it's much more difficult to work on their defense, no matter who they are. There is no private vehicle.
Oh my God. Diddy has a wax figure at Madame Tussauds. Which one is this? This is the New York one. Wow. I wonder if they've removed it. Madame Tussauds Diddy. Have they removed it? Oh, oh wow. It was decapitated like 3 years ago. Or not 3 years ago, 5 years ago. It was beheaded in 2019. Let me see another one. Wow.
VIP area for lawyer consults. Here's what Hamilton told me.
Even in terms of just being able to converse with his lawyer, he's going to be doing it down in the regular waiting room with everyone else. You know, I can tell you from my experience there were times when I would go to interview clients, let's say during the course of R. Kelly's trial, I would see him right there speaking with his lawyers, just the same as everyone else was down there speaking with their lawyers and
Yo, that's bro, I don't know why I think like Diddy is like, bro, we look at Diddy like it's only a few people. And with all due respect, I don't look at 50 like that. Diddy, let me see who else. Diddy, Jay-Z. We look at them like almost like countries. Like it's like these guys would get the special treatment that no one else would get. Period.
visiting with their family members. There's no special wing.
Now, other defense attorneys tell me that with this particular jail, there are other issues as well that present difficulties to putting together an effective defense, namely the lack of reliable Wi-Fi or high-speed Wi-Fi. And in a case like Diddy's, which prosecutors say has hundreds of terabytes of data involved in the evidence, that could present a real problem. Now, he can continue to appeal the no bail decision, but that may take too long. We'll have much more for you on this on the Fox 5 News at 5. Live from MDC, I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Bianca, back to you.
Wow.
Disgraced musician weeks across the globe
is focusing on things. They have like a messaging problem. They continue to say things that do not get them closer to what they want, which is bond. It's led to indictments. And if he can begin to introspect and kind of reverse engineer some of his choices and recognize it is my decisions alone that have led me here. And if I can communicate differently moving forward, maybe the ultimate sentence, even if convicted, could be better, perhaps could lead to bond eventually. But it can be very difficult in segregation. And his lawyers have to stop blaming and excusing and talking about how difficult the experience is, because here's what a judge is going to say. If you were so concerned about what these filthy living conditions would be like in a detention center, if you were so concerned about your safety, you wouldn't have obstructed justice. You would not have, according to the government, created victims over a sustained period of time. Until he changes his message, more problems are going to follow.
And Diddy allegedly has been accused of using different drugs in the past. Even prosecutors have said on the night he was arrested that there was allegedly pink cocaine in his hotel room. Do you think that there's any chance he could be going through withdrawals during his adjustment behind bars right now?
There's no question. People who know they're going to prison who have been on medications, either illegal or illegal, it would be wise to understand the Bureau of Prisons might not prescribe you what you like. And if you're taking illegal drugs, unless you're engaging in the prison hustle, you're not going to get it. It would be easier to get the drugs and engage in the prison hustle in general population, but not when you're on lockdown for 23 hours a day. So certainly it is a brutal adjustment if you are on no drugs, but certainly if you are withdrawing, isolated 23 hours a day without getting things that you can get the snap of a finger, it makes the decision or the process that much harder, which is why I can assure you, based on what happened with Epstein, the high profile nature of the failures of this prison in the past, including some judges not even sending prisoners there because they were so concerned about their safety, you can expect staff is watching him, not 22, 23, 24 hours a day. They do not want more problems.
And this is a man going from private chefs and food.
And again, that's what I would say to him. Your family is watching. There are people, so many are critical of him, I understand, but there are also those that love and support him who are watching. So as crazy as it sounds to some, and I've been called crazy, it's an opportunity to demonstrate leadership, to express to his family, others have gone through misery and struggle. They have emerged strong, with dignity, with a plan. And as I said earlier, once he embraces a better message that it's not about him and how miserable his living situation is, but rather people he might have hurt, that's when he can get on the right side and get towards hell for 23 hours a day. It might not be as hard as the victims they allege he created. Let's focus on them. Let's put them first. And if he can begin to do that, he's going to get more of what he wants, freedom and potentially bond. But certainly, if I were a betting person, I would have bet that he was going to walk out of there into his mansion on 24 hours a day lockdown, even with security guards outside the house. He's not going anywhere, but at least he's in the mansion.
And going from mega millions of dollars, a huge mansions, private jet, to a jail cell that's reportedly plagued with issues at the detention center, which is not uncommon for a lot of jails and prisons across the United States. But do you believe that his life could be in danger if he's ever released into the general population?
I don't think, at least for quite some time, if convicted, that he'll be released to the general population. There are prisoners who like headlines, who loathe sex offenders, who might loathe him as a celebrity. The Bureau of Prisons cannot have any problems at this time. So if he's ever in general population, it will be quite some time. By then, we'll have forgotten about this case. As we love stardom, eventually we're going to forget about this case and move on to something else. It will be quite some time. And that's a consequence of his celebrity. Rather than being around people and communicating and being in that general population, he is totally isolated, which can really test his resolve. I have no doubt his family, his friends, those who love and support him are worried about him. And I encourage him to respond as best as he properly can. But he has a difficult road ahead of him.
And someone who is worth hundreds of millions, even a reported $1 billion before, do you think it'll present any type of problem that he could end up getting any type of special treatment?
Certainly, there could be staff who admire him sycophants who want to kiss up to him in predictable fashion because he's a celebrity. There will be some prisoners totally enamored by him. Some won't care. So you could expect at some point prisoners could offer, it could be drugs. We see iPhones that are very pervasive inside of these prisons. It's been a huge problem for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. So it's also going to ensure that he doesn't, Oscar Wilde said he could resist anything but temptation. If there's temptation presented to him and he gives in, what does that do? It could exacerbate his struggles because the government can say he.
Okay, anyway. Gene Deal is throwing a couple names into the mix. Check this out, chat.
How you feel about Dunn suing Diddy?
I could be shooting myself in the foot, but I said this on my show, so I know, excuse me, I know people gonna jump on this like a fat rat in a cheese factory, but I don't care. When we were in the studio one night, Dawn wasn't there, but Puff had his little street team, engineers in there, and he said, and I said this before, he said, they're going to keep messing with me, and I don't know who that they was. It could be their parents. It could be their management team. They're going to keep messing with me, and I'm going to drug all of them up and pimp them out to my neck. That's what Puff said about Danity Kane. Whether he was playing, because they was laughing and joking, and I said, out of my mouth in front of him, man, them somebody's daughters. What the fuck is you talking about, Nick? I got daughters. That's exactly what I said and walked out the studio. So my whole thing about that is this. If he did it, or if he wasn't playing, did he say it out of his mouth? Yes, he did. Did I hear him say that? Yes, I did. But I ain't in the indictment.
You think he gonna get sued by any other bad boy artists?
It depends on where they at in the music business. It depends on what they trying to do in the music business. Some of them might be still trying to write behind the scenes. Some of them still might be trying to sing, do songs or whatever. It depends on where they at in the music business, man. Because what happens is that's just like I explained that the other day on the Gene Deal show, is that when individuals have a dream to be something, whether it's in sports as an athlete, whether it's a band member in the music business or a singer in the music business or even a comedian. When somebody has the power over you, you may not come out, bruh. You might not say nothing. You might just keep trying and fake it until you make it. And I think that when people see that he was losing his power and his grip, it might be many more people that want to tell the true story behind their relationship with him. Did you know that the Lox, bruh, did, I think we always love you, Big Papa? The Lox did that for nothing. They didn't get nothing out of that. All the proceeds were supposed to go to Big's mama. It's a dude that goes around and he investigates publishing on artists and for artists. I knew this years ago. Did you know he finagled the situation where Miss Wallace only got 75% and he got 25% and the Lox got nothing? But they end up working it out. Once the Lox and them people investigated that, now, I ain't never spoke to the Lox about that. I spoke to the dude that investigated the thing and found it. And this was years ago. So the Lox ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. This the kind of...
Ironically, we should point out that Gene Deal said he worked with Diddy up until I believe 2005, 2006. Maybe he'll be in the future involved in maybe a subsequent grand jury proceedings, but none of the indictment actions would have him involved. He wouldn't be a witness. Everything is after 2008, right?
Man.
At least thus far in this current indictment.
And listen here, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But I want to talk about this lawsuit by Dunn, right? And I want to get your opinion on it. It's a part in this lawsuit where she alleges that she was at a dinner with Neo, Usher, and Jimmy Iovine. And Diddy, he punched Cassie in the stomach and no one did anything. How you feel about that?
They were part of the dinner and they watched Cassie get abused in front of Puffy abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men, and they probably security was around too, did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro.
Let me ask you a question, chat. If you out to dinner with your boss and you see your boss brings his girl and he slaps his girl, do you jump in? Do you stay quiet? Or do you be like, you just mind your fucking business? See, that's an interesting thing where it's like, you rely on this guy for money. Them not jumping in, to me, don't mean that they agree with it. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying what kind of like I would think. If I'm out with my boss and I see him slap his girl, I'm gonna think, yo, you know what? Hear no evil, see no evil. That ain't my business. If he doing this in front of us, imagine what he do at home. Imagine what he do elsewhere. I'm not the whistleblower in that situation. Also, here's the thing too. You go be the guy who's like, oh no, I want to step in. You lose your livelihood, she still stay with the nigga. You go call the cops, she defend him. Nah, he ain't hit me. We were just playing. Well, I just hit myself. You out the situation. So, I don't know if I could blame Usher, Neo, whatever. And by the way, if he telling the story like Gene Deal, were you there or somebody else was there? Like, if I'm an artist, I don't think I'm doing nothing, bro.
That is crazy. Usher probably got a daughter. Neo probably got kids. I don't know. Jimmy Iovine, he take about 15, 20 scoops of sugar in his coffee. So all those cats there, supposed to be men, watched that lady get abused right there in public and they did nothing, brother. They did nothing. That goes to show you the power that he had mentally over them. Here go a woman witnesses and this witnessing it and said, they said nothing. Yo, man, stop. Don't do that. Yo, not here, bro. Easy. Nothing.
You see, like, I don't like when Gene Deal tells these type of stories. Because Gene Deal admits that he was there or afterwards there when Diddy was fighting with these women and you essentially did nothing. Oh, what do you think? Checking Diddy stopped it? No, it continued. So when you said, he said multiple times he said he stood up to Diddy a few times, but standing up to Diddy didn't change his behavior. Maybe he was just like, I'll slap the fuck out of her when you're not around, but he ain't changed his behavior. So did you really stand up to him? Did you participate at that time to get Diddy incarcerated? Did you participate on those women get away from Diddy? It don't seem like you did. You telling these great stories, and I appreciate you, and I don't think he's a liar at all. But we do got to be honest. If you not doing nothing, and you're the guy supposed to be the tough guy, by the way, you're being employed by Diddy, but they're being employed as well. They're like, it's a power situation. It's a power dynamic when it comes to the music industry. Neo and Usher need Diddy at that time. So just like how you need that paycheck from him, they need him. So, okay, maybe if you wanted them to be like, yo, Diddy, chill, bro. Like, bro, you don't got to hit her like that. Okay, maybe that, but none of y'all was calling the police. None of y'all was saying, hey, let me take this woman and get her out of here. And make sure this never happens again. None of y'all were doing it. So, I don't know if you could call out Usher and Neo when a lot of shit you telling us is detailed in how he was abusing other people. Maybe you didn't, not saying you ever co-signed it, but again, let's think about it. You checking him verbally led to another decade of abuse. That got worse. Freak-offs, all type of shit. Maybe if you had gotten law enforcement involved back then, maybe he wouldn't turn into this monster that had to get a RICO indictment that's federal. So, again, and I'm not blaming Gene Deal here because, like I've heard him tell his story a million times and he's always consistent and he's always telling the truth, at least because of his consistency. But I don't know how you could blame Usher and Neo. Also, here's the thing with Usher. Bro, Usher probably was a victim. That's like blaming Cassie. Saying, yo, Cassie, you was there when he slapped another girl. Like, Cassie is a victim as well. Usher linked up with Diddy by Usher's own admission that he was like a child. You feel what I'm saying? Like, look, Usher, Diddy, what's his name? Howard Stern. Like,
New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was
okay, so let's just stop there. So, like, Gene Deal, I don't know if you could call out Usher. Like, Usher, by his definition, is a victim. That nigga was 13 years old around Diddy doing wild, and while Diddy was doing wild shit. He was a child watching a grown man doing things that was being normalized in his brain. Why should he be called out for not doing something or blowing the whistle on Diddy slapping or punching Cassie? Nigga, you should be, if anything. Now, I don't know what Neo had going on, but I don't know if I could call Usher out, bro.
Don't do nothing. Say something. She said they didn't do anything and they didn't say nothing. That's the bad thing about it. If you're not going to do nothing, open your damn mouth and say something. And that's a lot wrong with our people right now. They don't even want you to say nothing.
I mean, speaking of 20 years later, okay, you get a badge of honor, I guess, but like, you admit you were there. You're saying Usher was there, Neo was there, and basically none of y'all got the police involved at that point. You are the vocal one, but here's the thing. Usher is in an industry that still is about, a lot of the behavior that Diddy may have indulged in, maybe other people indulged in. And who knows if that behavior has reciprocated or, reared his ugly head with these people. So I don't know if it's fair to just blame Usher. Anyway, did y'all see this? Check this out, people. It's going to take the gay nigga to do it. Shout out to my man Jason Lee. He's homosexual, but I'm cool with him. He started naming names. He's like, yo, by the way, I just want to let y'all know a few people who had the Diddy parties. Here we go. Since the Diddy shit is like really popped up, a lot of people have gotten really quiet. Why a lot of these niggas have been in sexual situations with Diddy. I'm not saying Diddy fucked them or they fucked Diddy. But Diddy used to bring girls to these. Put it like this, man. This is the thing in the industry. You want to be seen as cool, be seen as the guy who got a bunch of bitches. So when new rappers or whoever come around, you seem like the lit guy because you're gonna be like, yo, I got like 10 bitches that you could fuck, that you could do whatever with. You want to get your ass licked, they're gonna do it. You want to get your fucking gooch tickled, they're gonna do it. That's the thing. So a lot of these rappers, they've been in these situations to a Diddy party. Diddy, I'm not saying it's a necessary freak off or maybe it was non-consensual, but I think the reason why half of these niggas is quiet is because, bro, Diddy probably put him with a bunch of harem of bitches to fuck him. Like, Diddy hooked a lot of these niggas up to get their dick wet, bro. I'm not saying it wasn't consensual. Niggas used to know you go to Diddy. Diddy got the hoes. Diddy gonna get the situation right. Diddy gonna make you have a great night. These bitches, whether they fucking you for your star power or for Diddy's, that you gonna do your thing. This is what I've heard, bro. Now, I ain't been in none of these junks. Like, clearly, like, I think Diddy want to squabble with me over Carisha. Good thing he locked up. He would have probably tried to blow my car up. Feel me? But the reality is all these celebrities who quiet, I'm not saying all them gay. Because there's rumors that Diddy was one of them. I'm not saying all these niggas was taking the pussy on some commandeering shit. Like there was R-worded. Nah. I'm not saying they were sex trafficking, but a lot of these niggas are quiet because that used to be their guilty pleasure. They would go to Diddy's parties and go to Diddy's crib or hang with Diddy, and they know Diddy would have a bunch of bitches. They weren't thinking about him. They weren't thinking about Diddy. Why when I come to your house, you always got 20 bitches that down to suck, fuck? I could put my fist in their ass. I could pee on them. I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. They weren't thinking about that, so they went there, indulged. Not saying all the time. They probably dipped out after that. Now when it comes up that, yeah, Diddy had a whole freak factory going on. Baby oil galore. A lot of these chicks were drugged up. A lot of these chicks, hey, this is how they took down even that Taz Angels nigga. Like, bro, all of them rappers used to hang with a Taz Angel nigga, bro. He used to have the baddest chicks. There's some of these chicks popping now. That was in a Taz. Yeah, bro. Like, niggas used to go there because it was just like, you know, when what's niggas' favorite phrase? Let me see who's smart. What's niggas' favorite phrase when they're around another nigga or another person? You know, where the hoes at? Where the hoes gonna already be? Diddy was always supplying the baby oil, the Ciroc, the bitches, and if you into niggas, he got your flavor of niggas too. So this is the thing that I definitely understand. Like half of these niggas, if a nigga don't come out right now and be like, yo, especially we heard their name mixed up and shit. Yo, I've never had no type of sexual intercourse at Diddy's parties, at Diddy's house, with anybody that's ever been to in a situation with Diddy. The only reason they're not saying that is because they did. Diddy was supplying these niggas with hoes. That's how, yo, let me tell you this, man. You get some broke rapper from the hood coming in, you having fucking 9s and 10s. These bitches are real prostitutes, real escorts. Diddy's paying the bill. Also got him lit off whatever 2C, whatever the fuck. You the new hot rapper, Diddy want to do a song with you, blah, blah. You come through, Diddy gonna have you fucking the hoes. Like, I don't think Diddy would try certain niggas with the gay shit, but not everybody. Half of these niggas who can't just say, all we want to hear these niggas said, I've never been in no sexual situation at no place around P. Diddy. Why nobody could say that? These niggas, Diddy brought them hoes that they were fucking. So now, like in their mind, they have cognitive dissonance. They're like, yo, well, nah, that wasn't a freak off. Nah, nobody was jerking off in the corner. Where you get the chick from, bruh? You was at Diddy's party. Don't you realize all them hoes there was like prostitutes? Don't you realize, like for the females, all them niggas there was gigolos? It's a sex factory. Stop playing. So that's why everybody's quiet. They don't know what they're looking at their experience. Well, yeah, I did go to Diddy's party, but like, I had swag and I was pulling some of the bitches. And yeah, I did fuck one bitch upstairs, but that ain't had nothing to do with the freak off. Diddy wasn't in the corner. No, Diddy was whining and dining all you horny motherfuckers in the industry with booze, drugs, and women who were usually open to fuck. He was hiring sex prostitutes for his own girl. You think you ain't hire a couple bitches to suck off a couple rappers? But y'all was at these parties getting y'all rocks off. This is why y'all can't talk about him. Y'all gotta be quiet. Cause you done busted a few nuts at a Diddy party. I ain't say you fucked Diddy or he fucked you, but he got you some pussy. And now you starting to think back. Yeah, how did that bitch come? How did she come to my... Diddy did tell you. Damn, I took 2 shots with Diddy and Diddy said, yo, who you like in here? I pointed at a bitch and then he said, yo, you hang with her for the rest of the night. That was him giving her the head nod, wink, wink. Yo, you escort, fuck my mans. Why? Bro, let me tell you this. I promise you, I swear. I don't swear to nothing, but I swear. I guarantee the Diddy shit is like Vince McMahon. Go back and read the Vince McMahon statement, bro. Vince McMahon used to have you know how he realized he could get people to sign deals, make him look like the cool guy. He would have women fuck the wrestlers. Like, he would tell the guy, like, all right, you got a lot of leverage because you the champion. You the WCW or WWE champion. I bet. Yo, I'm going to get you 2 girls you could fuck. So now, nigga, I'm telling you, I guarantee that was what Diddy was on. We just thinking it's all gay shit. Diddy was a weird nigga personally. He like watch his girl get fucked. But I guarantee half these niggas, he got them pussy. I guarantee. Orgies, everything. I promise you. I know it. Because even talking to some of these weird niggas behind the scene, it's like they just want to clarify that they were never in a freak off. But what they're calling a freak off is Diddy jerking off in a corner. Fuck that. Have you niggas had sex at Diddy's house? Has Diddy hooked you up with a girl you fucked? He doing what Vince McMahon did. And I actually want to think him, Vince McMahon, and a lot of these CEOs, they probably realize the game. You get to control these niggas a little bit easier if you're seen as the guy who could get them pussy, get them millions, put them on opportunities. You're a one-stop shop. Of course they're going to listen to you. Of course when you just say, yo, go write me a song or go do this, they're going to do it. Think about it, bruh. Now you're going to have the Meek Mill niggas who are going to, like, yeah, Meek Mill, they just pegging with the gay shit. I don't even think, from the bottom of my heart, I don't think Meek Mill gay. He's done some such shit, but, like, I really think that he be, like, Meek a type of nigga that it going to look like he getting turned out, because when Meek get around niggas with money and wealth, the hood shit go out the window. That's one thing I'm going to